Imagine for a second that everything you thought you knew about being a limited partner just flipped upside down. That the rules that kept you comfortable, the patterns you fell into, the expectations you never questioned, all of that suddenly makes less sense. Because what if you started thinking like a founder instead? Not just about the money, not just about the deals, but about real ownership over the future, real influence, real action. What happens then? How does that change everything you are used to? You've probably felt it, haven't you? That nagging feeling inside, that frustration with sitting on the sidelines, with watching opportunities pass by, or feeling like your voice is drowned out by the noise of the crowd. You show up with your checkbook, you shake hands, you sign documents, but somewhere deep down, you wonder, is this all there is? Is this passive waiting really the best you can do? That quiet doubt has roots. It's not just about money, it's about control. It's about legacy. It's about purpose. Most LPs today are stuck playing a role, an investor who waits, watches, and hopes. But what if waiting isn't enough anymore? What if the world is moving too fast for patience to pay off the way it used to? The reality is brutal. Sitting comfortably on the side means watching innovation happen without you. It means ceding the future to others who dare more, who risk more, who think bigger. And that's painful. Because you know you can do more. You know you deserve more than stories about past returns. You want to be part of the creation, not just the aftermath. Thinking like a founder changes everything because founders don't wait. They build. They don't complain. They create. They don't settle. They break rules and make new ones. When limited partners start thinking like founders, they stop being just check writers. They become visionaries. They become architects of what comes next. Imagine bringing that mindset into your investments, asking the hard questions, challenging the managers, partnering in new ways that are deeper and realer than a generic commitment letter. Imagine demanding not just access but influence, not just reports but real dialogue, not just financial returns, but true impact. Here's the thing most people don't say out loud. Being a limited partner today often feels like being trapped in a role that's shrinking. The power dynamics are still stacked against you. You expect transparency, but sometimes get wall after wall of polished presentations. You want control, but hear time and again that control is for GPs only. You want to get close to the real work, but find yourself miles away. Just numbers on a page or quarterly emails. That's a problem. Not because GPs don't want to engage, but because the system hasn't caught up with what LPs really want. And if LPs don't push, nothing changes. But here's the secret sauce. Founders don't take no for an answer. They find a way. They create a new way if the old one won't work. When LPs start thinking like founders, they move from passive to powerful. They demand alignment so sharp that everyone is on the same page. No fluff, no excuses. They build relationships with entrepreneurs, not just fund managers. They bring strategic insights, not just capital. Suddenly, you're not just funding innovation, you're part of it. You're not just benefiting from someone else's vision, you're shaping it. That changes the game. Let's talk about pain for a moment. The kind of pain you might be feeling, but don't say out loud. That feeling of missing out, watching new sectors explode while you wait on slow returns. Feeling like your best ideas get lost or ignored because LPs aren't meant to lead. Feeling that pressure from peers or boards or even yourself to just be patient and trust the process. It's exhausting, it's isolating. It's exactly the opposite of what investment should feel like. It should be energizing, it should be empowering. Here's how to flip the script. How to go from frustrated bystander to empowered creator. Start thinking about your investments like you would if you were building your own company. That means asking not just what the team says they will do, but how they are thinking about the future. What are the edge cases? What risks are they not talking about? Where is the real innovation happening beyond the obvious? And then, bring real help. Not bosses, but partners. This helps turn your role into something active. It gives you skin in the game that feels alive, not distant. You've heard the word alignment before. It's thrown around at conferences and in pitch decks. But true alignment is a muscle. It's a practice. It means being selective about who you work with, but also fearless in how you engage them. It means reading between the lines and pushing for more than surface-level promises. It means connecting values with vision in a way that feels right in your gut, not just on paper. This kind of alignment doesn't happen overnight. It takes patience, persistence, and guts. But it's the only way forward if you want to think and act like a founder. Embracing this mindset also means understanding that failure isn't a loss, it's a lesson. Founders know that failing fast and learning relentlessly is part of creating something new. As an LP, this thinking frees you from paralysis. It frees you from perfectionism. Instead of fearing every decision, you start seeing every move as part of a bigger game, one you're helping to play. This makes investing feel alive again. It makes it meaningful again. Another shift is about control. Most people think control means dictates and mandates, but founders know control is influence mixed with trust. Thinking like a founder means working to build relationships where your influence is respected and trusted, not resisted. This happens when you stop treating your role like a checkbook and start treating it like a partnership. You look deeper. You ask bigger questions. You show commitment not just with money, but with time and insight. That combination builds weight. Weight that moves decisions, weight that changes outcomes. At the heart of it, thinking like a founder is about owning your role in the future you want to see, not just funding it. Imagine how it would feel to lean into that power fully. To not just hope for the best, but to help bring it about. To be known not as the passive investor who signs on the dotted line, but as a rare LP who is a true builder, a visionary, a shaper of tomorrow. That's the future calling. The future that's yours to grasp. If it feels overwhelming right now, that's good. That means something real has shifted inside you. That tension, the one you tried to ignore, means you're ready for change. Not the slow, polite change that trickles in over decades, but the kind that shakes up your whole approach, your mindset, the way you show up every day. You are not here to play it safe. You're here to break the mold. This is a movement, no less real than the founders who push boundaries and redefine industries. When limited partners start thinking like founders, the game doesn't just change a little, it reinvents itself. New kinds of deals emerge. New forms of collaboration spark. New avenues of growth open that never existed before. You become part of a community that doesn't wait for permission but takes it. That's how you unlock real power. So, start by shifting your questions. Don't just ask what the expected returns are. Ask what the vision is. Ask who's involved in shaping it. Ask how you can help. Not just with money, but with muscle, with mind, with heart. Push for transparency, not as an obligation, but as an opportunity to learn and grow. Demand that your role be more than a line item on a spreadsheet. It should be a source of pride, strength, and meaning. The time for sitting on the sidelines is over. This is your moment to wake up from the illusion that patience and distance alone will pay off. You have a fire inside, even if it's dormant. You've got a pulse beating with the rhythm of possibility. The question is, Will you let it rise? Will you let it transform you from the comfortable observer into a relentless creator? Thinking like a founder isn't just a mindset. It's a revolution of how limited partners show up. It's about stepping beyond the checkbox and into the arena. It's about reclaiming your power, not because you want more control, but because you refuse to be irrelevant, because you know deep down that your capital is a force and it deserves a bigger role in the game. So lean into that tension. Embrace the discomfort, because beyond it lies something rare and precious, the chance to be more than you thought possible, to not only witness the future, but to build it, to not only grow wealth, but to create meaning. This is the path of the LP who thinks like a founder. Not for everyone, but for the few who dare, and once you start, there's no going back. Every step pulls you deeper into a world where your investments are alive, vibrant, and transformative, where your influence shifts outcomes, where your role becomes legendary. This is no longer a dream, it's a mission, and it starts the moment you stop waiting and start becoming. So ask yourself now, if you could start thinking like a founder today, what would you change? What would you demand? How would you show up differently? The answer isn't somewhere out there. It's in you, waiting, ready to fire up, ready to shape the future you deserve. Don't let this moment slip away. The founders are running toward what's next. It's time for the limited partners to catch up, not behind, but beside them. To not just fund dreams, but live them. To not just follow trends, but set them. To not just exist in this world, but transform it. Your move,